My dear Mrs. Connery, I came directly when I got your message.
A very kind of you.
Oh, nonsense. I look upon it as an outing.
I'm so glad. Would you like some tea?
Oh, China or Indian?
China.
Good, I never touch it. It upsets my vibrations.
Oh, sit down.
Thank you. Oh, I find this room very interesting. Very interesting indeed. I noticed it the other night.
I'm not entirely surprised.
Have you ever been to Cowded Manor?
No, I'm afraid I haven't.
That's very interesting too. It strikes you like a blow between the eyes the moment you walk into the drawing room. 2 lumps of sugar, please. No good at all.
I must say, Madame Arcati, that I am profoundly disturbed. And I would like your help.
Oh, I thought as much. What's in these sandwiches?
Cucumber.
Couldn't be better. Fire away.
Well, it's most awfully difficult to explain.
Oh, facts first. Explanations afterwards.
It's the facts that are difficult to explain, Madame Arcati. They're so fantastic.
Facts very often are.
Yes, you're quite right.
There are more things in heaven and earth, Mrs. Connery, than are dreamt of in your philosophy.
Certainly are.
Now, come now, out with it. Take a punch. You've heard strange noises in the night, no doubt. Boards creaking, doors slamming, subdued moaning in the passage.
No, I'm afraid it isn't.
And no sudden gusts of cold wind, I hope.
No, it's worse than that.
Oh, I call attention.
I know it's going to sound idiotic. The other night, during the seance, something happened.
Oh, I knew it! Probably a poltergeist. They sometimes like dog over for days.
My husband, Charles, was married before.
Yes, I have heard it mentioned.
And his first wife, Elvira, died comparatively young.
Where?
Here, in this house, in this very room.
I'm beginning to see daylight.
So she was convalescing after pneumonia and started laughing hopelessly one evening at the BBC musical program and died of a heart attack.
And she materialized the other evening after I had gone.
Not to me, but to my husband.
Oh, capital, capital! Oh, that's wonderful!
From your professional point of view, I can see it might be regarded as a major achievement.
A triumph, my dear! Nothing more nor less than a triumph!
But from my personal point of view, it is, to say the least of it, embarrassing.
Oh, at last, a genuine materialization!
Please sit down, Madame Arcati.
How can anybody sit at a moment like this? It's tremendous! I haven't had such a success since the Sunday case. Nevertheless,
I must insist that you sit down and control your natural exuberance. I appreciate fully the pride you have in your achievement, but it has made my position in this house untenable, and I hold you entirely responsible.
Forgive me, Mrs. Connery. I mean, abominably selfish. How can I help you?
How? By sending her back, of course, from where she came from, immediately.
I'm afraid that's easier said than done.
Do you mean to say that she is liable to stay here indefinitely?
It's difficult to say. I fear it depends largely on her.
My dear Madame Arcati.
Where is she now?
Upstairs with my husband. He took her into town. She was anxious to see an old friend of hers who's staying at the Grand.
Forgive me for a moment, but I must make a note of this for my diary.
It would be very much obliged if no names were mentioned.
Yes, it's a report to the psychical research people. Yes, it will be confidential.
This is a small village, and gossip would be most undesirable.
I quite understand. Now, you say she's visible only to your husband.
Yes.
Visible only to husband. Audible too, I presume.
Extremely awful.
Extremely. Your husband was devoted to her.
I believe so.
The husband devoted.
But it was a reasonably happy marriage.
Good old tut-tut. Now,
I beg your pardon.
when did she pass over?
7 years ago.
Oh, ha! That means she must have been on the waiting list.
Waiting.
Yes, otherwise she would have got beyond the materialization stage by now. She must have marked herself down for a return visit, and she never would have been able to manage it without a strong influence at work.
Do you mean to say that Charles, my husband, wanted to back all that
Possibly. Or it might have been hereditary.
That is much more like
I do sympathize with you, Mrs. Condomine, and I assure you I will do everything in my power to help, but at the moment I cannot offer any great hopes.
But I always thought there was a way of exercising ghosts, some sort of ritual.
Oh, you mean the old velvet book method?
Yes, I suppose I do.
Poppycock, Mrs. Condomine. It was quite effective in the old days of genuine religious belief, but I feel all that's changed now. I feel a decline in belief of the spirit world is causing grave concern.
Oh, has it indeed?
There was a time, of course, when even a drop of holy water could send poltergeists scampering for cover, but not anymore. Who's on the nage temps? Where are the snows of yesteryear?
Be that as it may, Madam Arcati, I must beg of you to dematerialize my husband's first wife as soon as possible.
The time has come to admit to you frankly, Mrs. Condomine, that I haven't the slightest idea how to set about it.
Do you honestly mean to sit there and say that after having mischievously conjured up this ghost or spare or whatever she is, that you are unable to do anything about it at all?
Honesty is the best policy.
But it's outrageous! I ought to hand you over to the police!
Oh, you go too far, Mrs. Condomine.
Do I go too far indeed? Do you realize what your insane, amateur muddling has done?
I have been a professional since I was a child, Mrs. Condomine. Amateur is a word I cannot tolerate.
Oh, but it seems to me to be the height of amateurishness to conjure up malignant spirits and not be able to get rid of them again.
I was in a trance. Anything might happen when I'm in trance.
But I suggest you go into another one immediately and get this damned woman out of my house.
Not go into trances at a moment's notice. It takes hours of preparation, in addition to which I have to be extremely careful of my diet for days beforehand. Today, for instance, I happened to have lunch with friends and pigeon pie, and that, together with those cucumber sandwiches, will make a trance out of the question.
But you must be able to do something.
I shall report the whole matter to the Society of Psychical Research at the earliest possible moment.
Or would they be able to do anything?
I doubt it. They'll probably send an investigation committee, I expect, and do a lot of questioning and wall tapping and mumbo-jumbo. Then they'll have a conference, and you'll probably have to go up to to London to testify.
But it's too humiliating. It really is.
Please try not to upset yourself. Nothing can be achieved by upsetting yourself.
But it's all very fine for you to talk like that, Madame Arcati. You haven't the least realization of my position.
Really? Try to look on the bright side.
Bright side! If your husband's first wife suddenly returned from the grave and came to live with you, do you think you'd be able to look on the bright side?
Have you said your tone, Mrs. Condomine? I really do.
Oh, well, you most certainly have no right to. You are entirely to blame for the whole horrible situation.
Kindly remember that I came here the other night on your own invitation.
On my husband's invitation.
I did what I was requested to do, which was to begin a seance and establish contact with the other side. I had no idea there was any ulterior motive mixed up in it.
Ulterior motive?
Your husband was obviously eager to get in touch with his former wife. If I had been aware of that at the time, I naturally would have consulted you beforehand. You're all possibly.
He had no intention of getting in touch with anyone. He merely invited you over to get some material. He's writing on a mystery story about a homicide or being.
Am I to understand that I was only invited in a spirit of mockery?
No, not at all. He merely wanted to get some tricks up the trade.
Tricks up the trade? Insufferable! I've never been so insulted in my life. I feel we have nothing more to say to one another, Mrs. Condomine. Bye!
Please don't go, Madame Arcati.
Your attitude from the outset has been most unpleasant, Mrs. Condomine. Some of your remarks have been discourteous in the extreme. And I should like to say, without umbrage, that if you and your husband were foolish enough to meddle with the other side for paltry motives, thank you, and whatever has happened is your own fault. And as far as I'm concerned, as the saying goes, you can stew in your own juice.
Madame Arcati, you can't really leave me like this.
What?